Hi guys! This week's assignment is going to take you outside. It's finally spring, we finally have some nice weather, and so what I'd like you to do is take some paper and a pencil or whatever coloring or art supplies that you like best, take them outside and find something to draw. So what we're talking about this week is observational drawing. And what that means is that you are looking at something that's right in front of you and you are drawing what you see. So if we're going outside, that could be anything like a tree, it could be a flower, it could be a toy that you play with in the backyard, it could be the side of your house, something that you can sit outside and just draw. You can choose whatever coloring or drawing tools you like. If you're a really big fan of colored pencils, you can do this project in colored pencil. If you like to paint, you can take out a set of watercolors and paint what you see instead. I personally like to draw, just take out a pencil and a piece of paper and do some sketching with a pencil. So I'm gonna show you what I sketched this weekend at home from my backyard, and we'll talk a little bit about how I did it, and then it'll be your turn to go outside and find something to draw. All right guys, so here is the drawing that I was working on this weekend at my house. We have a patio with a big old tree in the center, and actually we're about to be cutting down this tree very soon, so I wanted to draw it so that I could remember it, what it looked like there before it's gone. So like I said, I like to just take a pencil and paper when I go out and do observational drawing. So I chose the tree as my subject. I did include some background details, but I didn't make them super detailed because they weren't the focus of my drawing. So what I've done here is I have first, I kind of took a chair, I took my supplies, I sat down, found a good angle, a good comfortable spot, because it took me a little while to do all the drawing. And I sat there and first I really looked at the tree and I looked at the details around it, and I started out by drawing really lightly with my pencil and blocked everything into my piece of paper where I thought it should go. From there, I started adding some details. So I started adding lines to make texture for the tree. I started drawing in the tall branches. I started blocking in where the patio pavers are, and looks like I didn't even finish doing that. And so what I would do is just take my pencil really lightly and sketch in where those patio pavers go. And then the final thing that I did on mine was I did a little bit of shading. So since I'm using a pencil, I started looking for shadows and highlights, kind of like we talked about with our, we've talked about in the past with the art element of value, the lightness and darkness of a color. And so I tried to find the dark spots of the tree and fill them in a little bit darker with my pencil to make it look a little more realistic. I tried to find the lighter spots of the tree where the light was hitting it and leave those light, or erase some of my pencil lines to show that highlight. I also looked for the shadow of the tree on the ground. So the sun was coming from over here, and the shadow is on the opposite side of where the light comes from. And I really just focused on my tree. So you can see some background details, you can see the pavers, but what I really focused on was looking at the tree closely, looking for my shadows, looking for textures, looking to try to make it as realistic as I could from what I could see. So my challenge to you is to try to, as realistically as you can, represent the object that you have chosen to focus on for your artwork. Like I said earlier, it could be your bike, it could be your garden, it could be something from the view of your yard. If you've got a nice view, you could do a scene of a landscape from your yard. So something outside that you can focus on and draw. I'd like you to spend at least 10 to 15 minutes sitting and drawing. So when I see your drawing, it should not be a quick little pencil sketch with no detail. I really want to be able to see that you spent some time studying your object or studying your scene outside and trying to draw what you saw. So that's what I'll be looking for when I see your artwork. You can use whatever tools you'd like. So choose a tool that is your favorite, choose a tool that you're comfortable working with for a good amount of time, and then really focus on that object. All right, I hope that you were able to get outside and find something to draw, and I'm really excited to see what you've chosen to do for your observational drawing. So please make sure you upload it here on Canvas, and have a great week.